Hey guys, what is up? Hey, welcome to the second part of second, third? Maybe it's the third part of Teddy's story. But hold on, let me start again. Yeah, really art game.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの協力でお送りします。
ペルソナ4ジ・アルティマックスウルトラスープレックスホールド。
It's already on the selected area that I want. So let's go on bookmarks. And I think I'm about to start the battle. Yeah, now the time.
Round final. Fight!
Sure.
愉快痛快腹かいかいうぷぷいい対決だったくま。
It was pretty easy, honestly.
さーて次の対決までインターバルゆっくり英気を養うといいくま。
Oh wow. The general can say whatever he wants, but none of it reaches my ears. My heart's at the bottom of a deep dark well. I won, but it feels so hollow.
なんでかな。どうしてみんなこのプリチーでラブリーなクマを信じてくれないのかな。リセちゃんもナオちゃんもクラクを共にして同じ釜の飯だってむさぼり食った仲なのに、なんでなんだろうな。
Thinking about that makes me feel even emptier. That's right. In other words,
クマは今絶望のずんどこよ。
落ち込んでるんかふざけるんかどっちかにしいよ。
both. Ah, so cold. Naocha normally is so nice. I mean, whoa.
あんなボロクソ言われるなんて。
ボロクソ？独り言を言い合ってただけやない。
Talking to ourselves? Huh? What is this Miss President saying? Alchan took me apart with her usual logic every time I said anything. Aw, crud. If If I keep thinking about it, these big teddy bear eyes of mine are going to look like facets. Leaky facets?
それこそが敵の能力なんです。
I rub my eyes to make it look less like I'm crying. Now Chan gets back to her feet. I want to reach over her to make sure she's not hurt, but I'm a shadow. So, seeing me stop myself, now Chan speaks up uneasily.
敵は僕たちの認識に干渉することができるようですね。互いの言葉が相手にはねじ曲がって聞こえる。こちらに悪意はないのに、相手には心をえぐるような暴言に聞こえるんでしょう。
Overcognition? Abusive? I don't think I know what she means, but there is something I pieced together. If I'm right.
じゃあ、なおちゃんはクマのことを嫌いになったんじゃないクマ？
そんなわけないでしょ。君は大切な仲間で友達。僕はいつだって君のことが好きですよ。
Aww. Oh. That gentle Nao-chan smile. There we go. That's the Nao-chan I know so well. I can't hold back my overflowing passion anymore, and I drive right into Nao-chan's bosom. To my surprise, her arms wrap around me. Aww. I might get away with this.
クマくん、くすぐったいです。あまり頭をグリグリしないでください、クマくん。
なおちゃんクマはさらし反対白馬よ。
知りませんよ。まったく。
そう言わずにもうちょっと良いではないか、良いではないか。
よくない。
Maybe I got a little too carried away, and I was so close. As Nao-chan fixes her clothing, she turns towards Miss President, who was watching us get all lovey-dovey. Lovey-dovey.
挨拶もせず失礼しました。はじめまして。僕は白金直人、探偵です。
どうも。
麗しいでしょ。なおちゃんね、こう見えても女の子なのかな。
あれ、でもほんまや。凛々しい女の子やねんな。
Hehehe. It's hard to notice, huh? But if they looked close, anybody could tell how cute Nao-chan is. I saw how cute Nao-chan is, and that surprised Miss President too, so that's good enough for me.
僕のことはどうでもいいです。それよりあなたは。
ちょっと変わった人たちに追われているのでクマがないとしてたクマ。
Hold on, I need to lock my cat because he's meowing a lot. He wants my attention. He had my attention. Okay, I'm sorry about that. It's time to let Nawa-chan know how great I've been. Then she can tell me what a good job I've been doing as a knight. My grand adventure where Sir Teddy valiantly protects Miss President from the three wicked people looking for the mysterious Labrys. But I only get as far as the pretty lady mentions Kitty Jo when Nawa-chan asks me more about her. Oh, Nawa-chan is interested in my story?
なんかね、あの3人のことをニセクマはすっごく邪魔者扱いしてたクマよ。あの3人は3人で会長をラビリスとかって呼ぶし、一体何のこっちゃよ。
世界的な企業であるキリジョーグループの有力者が直々にこの世界で何か探していたか。
A world renowned major figure? She seemed surprised for some reason. Between Junes and that, I wonder which is higher up. I didn't even have to think about it. I don't even have to think about that one. I'm pretty sensitive to stuff like that, after all. I mean, between a complete disappointment and a beautiful lady. If I line up the two of them, it's obvious which Dawn is higher ranking. I'm finished my side of the story, so it's now Nawa-chan's turn. Why is she here in this world? She said she was too busy with work. I think this is her work. My Teddy senses tell me that it has to do one of those three strange people.
それで、ナオちゃんもそのラビリスとかいうのを探してるクマ？
いえ、違います。僕は別件でキリジョーさんを調べていたので。
Well, easier for her to tell us about her work right on like that. Is Nawa-chan being so open because I was all mopey just now? Oh, Nawa-chan, I love how you look cool, but have such a big heart. I'm falling for you even more.
しかしラビリスか。何か知っていることはありませんか、クマくん。それ
Oops, sorry. Nawa-chan trails off there. It's even rarer for Nawa-chan, with her keen mind and insight, to stop in the middle of a conversation. I just pressed X by mistake. I wonder what this means. She was looking right at me when she stopped talking. Oh, Nawa-chan, you sly devil.
どういう反応ですか、それ。
I love when she's pissed.
だってなおちゃんの熱視線があちちすぎて。
I think she's looking at Miss President.
ただの勘違いです。で、彼女の名前は
Name? Miss President's name?
クマくん。名前も知らないのに一緒にいたんですか。
名前を知らなくても会長は会長クマ。
いや、それは。
でもお名前は知ってる方が嬉しいから。会長教えて。
Miss President looks away awkwardly for some reason. Oh, I get it. It must be because I'm so smoking hot. But we've been together for such a long time. There's no need for her to be so embarrassed now. I step even closer and look at her face again. I can see a slight blush. Oh wait, she is grimacing about to speak.
覚えてない。
覚えてないって記憶喪失クマ。お名前忘れちゃってるクマ。
What a shocker. I wasn't expecting that at all. I wonder if Nawa-chan is as surprised as me. I turn around to ask her, but surprisingly, or maybe not, Nawa-chan is calm as ever. Yeah, I forgot Nawa-chan never gets shaken.
一つ聞かせてください。あなたには僕たちのようにペルソナを扱う力はない。そうですね。
Miss President nods. I nod too, in case the first one wasn't enough. Seeing that, Nawa-chan starts to explain. She gets so excited when she lectures.
もしかするとあのクマ総統はあなたから分離したシャドウかもしれません。
あの偽クマが会長の。でもいつもシャドウは本人と似たような格好してるクマよ。
When I think back to everyone's shadow last year, they all looked like the original person before they went berserk.
確かにそれはそうなんですが、しかし同じ姿でもクマくんのシャドウのはずがない。現にクマくんはペルソナを使っているんですからね。今まで会ってきた人物も皆ペルソナを持っていた。となればペルソナを持たない彼女のシャドウである可能性が一番高いと思います。
I'm convinced that's not my shadow, but still I think there is something wrong. Shadows wants Shadows want to Shadows want to do what the original wants to do. Things that a person tries to hide, so that's strange to me. Since that would mean
それじゃあ会長はクマになりたかったの？
それはないやろ。
わかってるけどショック。ゆゆ相変わらずの言葉のジャックナイフクマ。
ちゃうよ。そういう意味やなくて、うちがあんたを知らんうちから相当はあの格好やったやないの。
I think what she means is that she doesn't want to be like what General Teddy is, but wants to be, around friends and being different.
まあそれにしたってあんたになりたいとは思ってへんけど。
What an honest answer, Miss President. That's fine, Sniff. I'm the best there is about being me after all.
見た目ではなく役割と考えるとどうでしょう。
Yeah, that's what Naoto said. Huh? Instead of wanting to look like Miss President wants to hold its rent pricks like the general.
そんなんありえへん。うちはこの大会を止めたんやで。
Miss President protests, but suddenly closes her mouth and looks at me. What is it? Is there something she wants to say to me? She looks so sad though.
せやな。考えてみたらあんたとあの総統は別もんってもう分かってんのやもんな。関係ないのにあんたにべったり迷惑かけとったらあかんな。
会長？
Miss President turns her back to us.
今まで疑って堪忍な。ここまで守ってくれておおきに。
ありがとう。
会長、急にどうしたクマ？一人で行っちゃダメクマ。
Suddenly, Miss President turns and runs. I hurry after her, but whoa, she's passing right through the walls I couldn't get through before. I forgot she can pass through those invisible walls for some reason. Even if I go after her, her lead's getting bigger. Oh no, I gotta catch up to her somehow.
もし本当にあの偽クマが会長のシャドウだったら大変クマ。ナオちゃん、一緒に会長を助けに行くクマ。
It's dangerous to face your shadow alone. I would have been in big trouble if Sensei and all my friends weren't with me when that happened to me. I was worried because I would be her only ally, but now I have Naocha for backup. I'm sure I can save Miss President with her help. She's the one who figured out who the fake Teddy really is after all. But just I was getting excited. Naocha sadly shakes her head. Why? Why isn't she coming with me?
クマくん、この大会にはルールがあります。戦うステージに2人の参加者が入った時点でその空間は見えない壁で閉鎖されてしまう。そして出ることができるのは勝った方だけ。
That reminds me, the half-naked man and the pretty lady didn't chase after me once the fight ended. I thought I just got lucky, but maybe it was because they were tripped up by those invisible walls. I get it now. I didn't notice that at all. Well, it's not that's important. But it does mean that I will have to save Miss President on my own. This could be tricky. I'm with you, Kuma-kun. Sure, I'm her knight, and I need to save her do things right, but I've never thought a shadow all alone before. But I never fought a shadow all alone before. Now Chan's smart. Why can't she find a way to come along? Now Chan speaks again.
確証はまだありませんが、先ほどの彼女は人間じゃないかもしれない。
どういうことクマ？
もしあのクマ総統が彼女のシャドウだとしたら、こんなにひどい話はない。心を持った兵器だなんてただの噂だと思っていたのに。
What she's talking about? Weaving with a heart sounds kind of strange. But she's not joking, is she? I can see in Naoto's eye that she is serious. It's a little different from smuggling passion berries. I need to listen carefully to what she's saying. Even though I don't understand, I gotta listen.
クマくん、君なら彼女の力になれます。きっと君が一番彼女の心を理解できる。言ってください。彼女一人では危険だ。
I still don't get it. I get it. Kuma-kun, you baka. But I think I know what she means anyway. I tighten my adorable paws into fists and make a vow.
わかったクマ。クマは会長を守るナイト。必ず守っちゃるクマ。
Alright, I'm gonna do this. Even though I am worried and kind of scared. But if only I can save her, I'd be no man if I didn't make up my mind to do it. I wave at Nao-chan and get ready to go. Oh! I got so fired up I almost forgot.
ナオちゃんも気をつけてクマ。クマ、一緒にいられないけど、ナオちゃんのことだってお守りしたいクマ。クマの気持ちは小分けにできる便利仕様だから、ナオちゃんとだって一緒にいるクマよ。
ありがとう。大丈夫。僕は一人じゃない。クマくんだってそうです。それに彼女だって。
I'm not alone. Nashan's words lit a tiny flame inside me into a huge bonfire. Nashan and I aren't alone. And Miss President isn't either. I don't need to feel lonely if I run after her all on my own. Part 2 Starport. I keep running, but I still can't find Miss President. I just keep running into those invisible walls. I have to run into... I've run into so many of them now that I feel They're my real enemy. Going face first into one really hurts. Even if I go slow with my hands in front of me, my face hits it. It's just how I am. I was wondering if you could do that. I think I'm gonna cry if I run into one more. But then...
クマ、聞こえる？
もう
This feels familiar. My teddy sense is smelling something.
お願い、クマ。
鳥はリセちゃんクマね。
よかった、ちゃんと届いて。あと、声小さく。
I immediately zip my lips. My zipper is on my neck. I was making an
リ
analogy.
セちゃん、正気に戻ったクマか？クマのことわかる？相当じゃないクマよ。
もちろん分かってるよ。あの見せクマってば人の声勝手に使って失礼しちゃう。よかった。変な見せクマに捕まってそれからずっと一人で。先輩たちはなんか戦っちゃってるし。
Oh my, she sounded angry for a second. My sexy voice must have smoothed her nerves. I mean, she sounds so teary-eyed that must have been pretty nervous. Looks like I've gotta save her
ご
too.
めんねクマ。私の声でひどいこと言われてたよね。
Huh? Even though it wasn't Research's fault, I guess she still feels bad about it. She snaps at me sometimes, but she's nice deep down. A true man would cringe ignorance at times like this. A true man would think ignorance at times like these.
なんも言われとらんクマ。むしろいつも通りだったクマよ。
あんた、私のことどう思ってんのよ。
Is she mad? Did I steer the conversation wrong? I think you did. They do say a girl's heart is a pickle as a summer breeze. What? I never heard that before. I'd better change the subject.
ところでリセちゃん、どこにいるクマ？
放送室だよ。あの総統ってやつに捕まってて、今までペルソナが使えないように見張られてたの。
なんとリセチを監禁してあんなこんなの好き放題とは。みんなエロ相当めますます許せん。今すぐ変わりたい。
バカ、何しょうもない妄想してんのよ。
だってでもリセちゃん、こんなにお話ししてて平気クマ？
Research-chan says she finally got used to her persona. Research-chan says she finally got to use her persona when the general left the announcement room. And now she's contacting each of us to let us know that the General Teddy is affected and the Research-chan we hear over the PAC system is a fake too. That was nice of her. And what else do I need to ask her? What else did I need to ask her?
まだ P1 グランプリやっとるクマ。
決着はまだついてないよ。っていうか、なんか勘違いした幹事が暴れてる。
と男の中の男って言葉にやられちゃったクマね。漢字ならあり得る。
でしょ。まったくもうあのバカンジ。
Honestly, the things I've been through, I don't know what to do about Kanji's purebred ethics anymore. Even though she didn't ask, I tell Risa-chan what's happening so far, since though she should know everything about Miss President and how I've been working hard as her knight. And how am I supposed to find the way to the announcement room to protect her too? Now that I say that out loud, I sound pretty cool. I'm pretty cool, huh? Cool as a cucumber. Cucumber? I don't like cucumbers. Cute as a cumberbund.
へえ、何よクマ、ずいぶん頑張ってるじゃん。
えへん、やるときはやるクマなのね。
はいはい、どうせその子が可愛いからでしょ。それじゃ
リセちゃん大丈夫？リセちゃん。
The communication suddenly cuts off with a scream. Did General Teddy come back? I won't forgive him if he does anything to Risa-chan. Wait, huh? Does this mean I'm the hero here?
こうしちゃいられんクマ。リセちゃんも会長もクマが助けるクマ。クマヒーロータイム発動クマ。
Oh, Teddy. Because you I'll protect Miss President and education like there is no difference. A sweet life with girls flying over me is just around the corner. You wish. Time for this man to do his thing.
お待たせクマ。あなたのヒーロークマ参上。
This is different. This is literally different. I slam open the door. I slam open the announcement room door like a hero with a colorful puff of smoke, or so I imagine anyway. I give a one-liner for my entrance. Oh, he's there. Okay. Whoa. Why is it all bloody and disturbing here? In here, isn't this the announcement room a place where you make announcements? What in the world could this be? Well, let's put that aside for now. I need to take care of Miss President and Risa-chan. Oh, I can see their hearts were captivated by my amazing entrance. Huh? There's another girl here.
クマ、あいつあの子のシャドウだって。
Risa-chan Rise-chan points to a girl that looks like Miss President. She's pretty, but I remember now. She reminds me of Ai-chan. Is that what Miss President wants to look like? Oops, gotta save that for later. I brush off a cool move and point out to the shadow.
やっぱりそうだったクマね。
Miss President's shadow was the culprit. I take some fancy steps and stand between the shadow and the girls to protect them. Man, that was even cool for me. Man, that was cool even for me. I'm so awesome. Now all that is left is to say my signature line.
このクマが来たからには彼女たちに指一本触れさせん。どっからでも。
ちゃう、あんたなんかうちやない。
え、あれもうそんな話になってたクマ。
Oh, thanks.
力がみなぎる。
Help? Dareka? The shadow gains more and more power from Miss President's denying it, and it turns into... Holy moly, a gigantic ball? Is it a ball? Oh yeah, it's a ball. Okay, I can see it now. It's huge. It's ginormous. Aren't I kind of small next to that? Yeah.
強そうクマね。
そうだよ。Ha ha ha ha. Thank you. Rise? Okay, Naoto-chan.
今回の接触を経てシャドーワーカーという組織およびその指導者桐城充に関し得られた心証を記しておく。
Give me a moment. My fingers fly across the keyboard. My last case was special. I need to complete my report before I forget any important details. My name is Naoto Shirogane. I am a detective. The Shirogane family has been working as detectives for generations. Although I'm young and still in high school, I have been given the opportunity to take on several cases and have built up experiences as a detective. My work has earned me some trust as everything. My work has earned me some trust, as every so often the police will come to me for my assistance. That's where this story begins. A suddenly request from Inaba Police Department. That was about a month ago, early April. Actually, yeah, we are in April, so It's the 22nd of April 2002 as I'm recording this. Last summer, I had received a request from a prefectural police to come to town of Inaba. A bizarre series of murderers was occurring. A corpse would turn up every morning after a foggy night. In the end, it turned out to be the most difficult case of my career. It's about 2 weeks since that case was closed. No. From the public's point of view, 4 months have been since the crimes were stopped. The culprit has been arrested. Excuse me, and The culprit has been arrested, and the prosecuted piece has returned. But with it comes a depressing proposition. I'm not unwilling to help the police again, but my environment with the previous case is not something I'd like to go through again. To be completely honest, that particular case was no simple series of murderers. During the course of my investigation, obtained a supernatural known as my persona, making me more than just a detective. What is your, I don't know, your persona's power? I collaborated with other persona users and become directly involved with the events of the case. Of course, if I was to tell this to the police, it would be treated as nonsense. Worst case scenario, I will be discredited, having to leave out those details while explaining the events of the case is more than a little nerve-wracking, and it feels like, but there you have it. Sorry, it's nerve-wracking and it feels like lying, but there you have it. While on my way to the police department of this new case, I go through a list of possible questions and answers I would need. Oh, I know this place. Something feels different today though. After greeting the receptionist, if not the usual dull meeting room, instead I'm taken to a reception area on the top floor. Leather team sofa, a curved wooden table. A Novax niche setting.
今日は少しかかりそうだな。
If this was just going to be paperwork and basic questioning, they wouldn't have brought me to this special room. Is this a new case? have to wait several minutes before someone comes and speaks with me. When the door finally opens, a man wearing a suit, not fitting the uniform of a local officer, walks in.
待たせてすまない。
This guy looks familiar. Is this... What is that guy's name again? From Persona 5 Strikers? No, I have to look for this. What the hell did I wrote? Denkinski. There you go. Denkinski. Looks like him. Just with shorter hair. He hands me his card. I can be wrong.
私はこういうものだ。
Okay. This card has a lengthy title: National Police Agency, Security Bureau, Security Planning Division. I was shocked. They are more commonly known as the Public Safety Police. The Security Planning Division in the command center of the department that handle terrorism threats, debt plots, and foreign affairs. The secret police also belong to this group. But why would a person of such importance come all the way to a rural locate like this? I look him in the eyes. He appears to be measuring me up.
長々とした自己紹介は必要なさそうだ。話が早くて助かる。
Without any further talk, the man gets to his
キリ
point.
ジョーグループを知っているな。
あのキリ城ですか？知らない人は少ないと思いますが。
担当直入に言おう。君にグループの内定を依頼したい。
企業内定？なぜ僕なんです？僕にできてあなた方にできないことなんてないと思いますが。
そうでもないさ。シャドウやペルソナ能力などが絡むとなればな。
Okay, it's not Zinkinski. Although this time I am unable to hide my surprise. But the man continues either failing to see our purposely ignoring my reaction.
12年前の夏、霧城グループのお膝元である辰巳ポートアイランドで死者50人を数える爆発事故が起きた。
12 years ago? So that would mean Aki is 20 something? That would make sense. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking to myself because on my comic, the main character, Minaki, she meets with the Kiruju group, but I think I'm also thinking in adding her as a quote-unquote spy with on Persona 4. So okay, that would make sense if it was 12 years ago.
当時君はまだ幼かったろうが。
その件なら資料には一通り目を通しています。公式発表では建設工事中のガス管理のミスが原因ということになっていましたね。しかし事故後に妙な噂が広まってそちらの方が耳目を集めたとか。
霧城の犠牲者に研究員という肩書きが不審に多かったことにマスコミが気づいていた。公式発表は嘘で、爆発の原因はおかしな実験だったんじゃないかと騒ぎ立てた。
でも確証は出ず、時間とともにうやむやになっていったと記憶していますが、今では事件のことは覚えていても詳細を思い出す人は少ないでしょう。
あの噂は全て本当だ。
His voice becomes firm.
え？
当時の宗家当主霧城光悦のもと、連中はあの場所でシャドウを人為的に利用するための実験をしていた。
Oh, hold on. Gas explosion? What? No, it can't be 12 years ago. "12 years ago was when it happened on Persona 3. So... What? I'm confused. Katsuru Kirijo. That is... Mitsuru's grandpa.
爆発はその暴走によるものだ。
シャドウを使って実験？しかも暴走って、まさか現実の街にシャドウが溢れ出たとでも？
Yep.
それはわからない。つかみようがなかった。当時は誰もそんなオカルトじみた代物は相手にしていなかった。あの事故があって政府も警察もようやく重い腰を上げたんだ。もっと言えば本腰を入れ始めたのはほんのここ 1,2 年だ。
That couldn't be helped. Law can only preside over the world as we know it. Things that can't be explained can't be governed.
具体的に何が起きて後始末にどのくらいかかったかはグループの連中にしかわからない。
後始末。
That word has a bad ring to it. That brings to mind a cover-up of some dark secrets.
その後始末というのを連中はつい最近まで続けていた。連中にしかわからない勝手な方法でだ。我々は連中が事故後の少なくとも10年間事後処理を隠れみのに裏で非合法な活動を続けていたと見ている。
その尻尾を僕につかめと。
我々とつながりがあり、かつペルソナ能力を持っていて長期の実践経験もある。これ以上の人選はない。
しかも直接の警察職員じゃないから、万一ネズミ捕りにかかっても自分たちにはつながらない。
ま、好きに取ってくれていい。
My reply was meant to be sarcastic, but this conversation is exceptionally draining. I must applaud public safety. They know everything about anybody they choose to investigate. There's no point in trying to bargain with them. He continues explaining efficiently as if able to sense my investigation.
実は去年、我々警察はキリ城と共同で非公式の警備部署を新設した。通称シャドウワーカー。
Okay, I see Fuka. I see Junpei. Is that Minako? That's not Aki. Is he? No, that's not Aki. But I see Junpei. Maybe the one in front is Aki, Missouri is in the middle. Fuka is over there.
シャドウ関連事案に対処できる特務部隊だ。
そんなものが。ずいぶん思い切りましたね。疑わしい相手とあえて組んだと。
だからこそだ。国家の命令系統に組み込んで首輪をつけておく必要がある。
しかし知識ではあなた方が数段立ち遅れている。制度上は上の立場でも実際に主導権を握れるのかは疑わしい。だから弱みを握っておきたいと。
I try throwing out the theory as I begin to get a grasp on what's taking place. The man didn't so much as a flinch, but he didn't give me such an answer either.
それで内定というわけですか。具体的にはどうしろと。
ここから先は君の返答次第だ。
So that's their game plan. I figured as much. An organization as big as the Kiriju Group is hiding a secret about shadows. Now, should I take this job or not? As a person with personal abilities, I'm naturally interested in hearing how much is known about shadows. And this job could be potentially give me the leverage, and this job could potentially give me leverage over the government in the future. While I'm in deep thought, the man continues as he can read my mind.
組織の利益のための依頼と思っているならそれは誤解だ。
I can't help but to look up at the obvious. I can't help but to look up at the obvious change in his tone.
調べによれば桐城は事故の処理に傘下の学園の生徒を言いくるめて利用していた可能性がある。
Oh, hi, Sandro. Sup? Oh, what are you doing? Thank you for joining. You missed Teddy's story. You missed Teddy.
なんだってクマ。
He's so cute, but just his Teddy form, not his, human.
得体の知れない不祥事の尻拭いを連中はそ知らぬ顔で何も知らない一般の若者にやらせていたんだ。許されることじゃない。法に携わる身として見過ごすわけにはいかない。
He's surprisingly sincere. He's staring right at me, and like before, his eyes are strong and bold. He truly doesn't want anyone innocent to suffer. Of course, this could be an act to convince me, but even then, I do agree with that opinion. All that remains is to find out Kirijo's intentions.
わかりました。お受けしましょう。ただし僕はここでの学生生活を捨てるつもりはありません。そうせずにできる範囲のことなら。
I would never have neglected conditions like this before. The reason I had to come to this town and transferred to Yasugami High School was for my investigation. But the school life and the dear friends that I've gained have become irreplaceable to me. It might sound childish to demand that I stay with my friends, but am I talking? Yes, I'm talking. It might sound childish to demand that I stay with my friends, but if they refuse to budge in that regard, that's that. However,
それで構わない。
he accepts my condition almost too easily. He then immediately begins to explain the details of the case.
今月末にある特別な荷物の空輸がある。その荷をめぐって騒ぎが起きないよう取り計らってほしいと桐城から要請があった。これに警察側立会人の一人として同行してもらう。
騒ぎが起きないようにとは？
警備への協力、それに不測の事態が起きた際に公開捜査に踏み切らないこと、他もろもろだ。
You know, it's not really fun when you actually know a little bit of the story, because before I could get the game on PlayStation 3, I've seen the play on this game, and I was really happy the fact that the people who did the play of the cast, Akihiko, Mitsuru, and Aigas, were part of the first play on Persona 3. And honestly, that's really cool. It's like you getting the same voice actors for a movie, animated movie, and like not like some random people.
無論実際に何か起きれば責任は取らせる。
その特別な品とは何です？
Shadow weapon.
シャドウ研究関連の代物だ。そのこと自体はすでにキリジョーも認めているが、具体的な中身はわからない。
I know. Is an anti-shadow weapon.
我々の調べでは、おそらく遺産、旧エルゴノミクス研究所関連の危険度4以上の品である可能性が高い。要するに、厳重にしまわれてはいるが、とびきり危険な代物ということだ。
They even have a risk scale for things like this. It seems that Kirijo's research goes into a vicinity. No, it seems like that Kirijo research goes into a variety of different
それと
things. Hi, Mitsuru. As I'm talking, the man flies up a photograph to me. It's a beautiful young lady. That's Kirijo Mitsuru. Her eyes show a strong will, a striking blazing red hair. That hair reminds me of something. I may have seen her picture while going through the documents regarding the Port Island incident. Of course, the girl in those pictures was much younger.
その便には彼女も乗り合わせる。名前はキリジョー・ミツル。
キリジョー。
創業者一族宗家の長女で、12年前の事故の首謀者、キリジョー光悦の孫娘。
It's not the oldest daughter because I've never... Okay, I think there's a typo here because I think Mitsuru was the only child. So she's not the oldest because that can mean that Mitsuru has siblings and as far as I know, she doesn't. Okay.
そして強力なペルソナ能力者でもある。
Persona user besides us. I was suspecting something like this, but to hear it out loud is still shocking. So there are other Persona users other than those involved in the case last year.
彼女自身もまだ高校生だった3年前、自ら人集めの先頭に立っていたと目されている。
Yeah, she did.
まずは宗家邸宅へ向かい、彼女に会ってもらう。
わかりました。
キリジョーの要人でペルソナ使いという時点で察しただろうが、彼女もシャドウワーカーの一人だ。隊員番号1番、つまり総責任者。しかも今の地位はキリジョーゆえではなく、実力を認めさせてのものだ。やれるか？もしも彼女がクロンなら、とても一筋縄ではいかないぞ。
無論受けると言った以上最善を尽くします。
offer my hand. He has a firm grip for someone who's worked on the front line of the law. A few days later, I've received a message informing me that the transport is to be on the 1st of May. It's on a school day, but since I've taken this job, there's nothing I can do about it. In fact, I should be glad that this didn't overlap the extended holiday. I haven't heard the details, but I expect to have some important arrangements during Golden Week. Arrangements to reunite with my upperclassmate. Arrangement to reunite with my upperclassman, Yunarakami, who was the leader of our group during the last year's incidents. I keep thinking about our reunion. It's been only 2 weeks since he left. What? It's only been 2 weeks since he left, but it feels like much longer. I suppose that goes to show how much we're looking forward to it. But I'm going off track. I need to think about my new job, so I hastily pull myself together. Oh, hi! May 1st. I think this is Kirijo's limbo. May 1st. The cargo is due the cargo is due to be transported from a laboratory near the Kirijo mansion. I make my way to the mansion to present myself and end up accompanying the security detail. The limousine is incredibly long. Apparently, it isn't all that rare for the upper class in other countries to roll riding cars this large, but it's down straight comical on the tiny roads of Japan. Yeah, in Inaba. That was where I met Kirijo. That's when I met Mitsuru Kirijo in person. Yeah, called it.
はじめまして。今回立ち会い人を務めさせていただきます。白金直人です。
話は聞いている。こちらこそよろしく。桐城充だ。
Her beauty is enough to attract anyone's attention. She was so much less imposing than in the picture.
立ち会い人がこれほど若いとは思わなかったな。
不安を与えてしまったでしょうか。
あ、いや、決して君を侮ったわけじゃない。すまなかった。
I take a look at Kirijo's son's face. Yeah, I knew it. She's the only daughter of the farming family, but it's been 2 years since she renounced the practice of the Kirijo's group being run by the family. Yeah, I knew it. In other words, she's simply the CEO's daughter now, not who not the heir to the company. She must be used to constrained stress being a female leader at such young age. Getting people to acknowledge her must have been a struggle. She's good at that, actually. I don't need to mince my words in dealing with types like her. I don't need to mince my words in dealing with types like her. I decided to cut the chase.
荷物の中身はどういったものなのですか？
お恥ずかしいことだが、研究していた当人が他界してしまって、今や我々にも詳しくわからない。
Oh, is that the... Oh no, never mind.
そんな状態のものを都会の真ん中で抱えていて、万一何かあってもいけない。そこで危険度が高いと記録されているものから順に離れた施設へ移していく予定だ。
Okay, give me... a second here. I kinda wanna know if everything is running smoothly. I mean, I'm talking. A natural decision. Her posture, her action. If that was all an act, I must commend her for ability to deal with the unexpected. But personally, my impression is that she's a trustworthy person. Before leaving, I have a chance to see the Kiriju mentions. I have to say is surprisingly simple. It felt as though it was prioritizing function and efficiency over meaningless luxury, perhaps a reflection of her own personality. At any rate, her intelligence and presence are the proof enough of her upbringing. If she was hiding something, it would be hard to figure out.
では、僕は警備の方と一緒に荷物のそばに。何かあればすぐにご連絡します。
わかった。よろしく頼む。不明なことがあれば遠慮なく聞いてくれて構わない。
Her eyes looked straight at me and feel like she could see through anything. Let me see something. I mean, messages are going through. Looked straight at me as if she could see through anything. I end our conversation shortly after and quietly wait for us to arrive. Is it making... A limousine, a transport truck, and multiple security guards reach the airport without any incident. The cargo may be dangerous, but according to the records, It was kept safely in storage for the past 10 years. Plus, it would be worthless to the average person. Because of this, the people involved in the security don't look tense. Kirijo-san hands her servant her traveling bag. It's almost as if she's simply going on
屋
vacation.
久島か。
The airplane's destination is one of the southern islands. I'm sure it will be fun to go with everyone. I realize what I'm thinking and have to laugh to myself. A year ago, I never would have considered that it would be fun to spend with the others. But I can't help but think that way now. Soon, they'll begin moving the cargo out of the truck. I clear my mind of daydreams and look back to the truck. They pass through the gate for large cargo shipments. The shipment is imposing metal cases, but among all the other shipping containers, it doesn't attract much attention from the airport staff. It's not long before the final case is unloaded from the truck. It's obviously different from the rest. It's obviously different from the rest. It's covered in what it seems to be heavy industrial grade steel, about a meter wide and bored about a meter wide and bored 2.5 meters tall. Seems like something heavy. Seems like something very special in there, but even if someone was targeting the shipment, it will be impossible to feel it. 4 men in suits slowly tip the case sideways to place it on the cart. Seeing it on the side reminds me of something. It looks like a coffin. The moment I realize that, a shiver runs down my spine. Does this look big enough for a person to lay down in? It looks big enough for a person to lie down in. Could it really be someone inside? Could it be that this tightly security is not to prevent theft but to keep the cargo from escaping? No, how can I imagine things like this without any proof? I shake my hand to clear up of these pointless thoughts. You're not far away from that though, Naoto. I am just shaking because I heard this has something to do with shadows. Eventually, the check-in process is complete, and the announcement to begin boarding echoes through the airport. I relax a little, relieved that nothing has happened up to this point. Once the plane takes off, the only thing in our way is the sky. I had to put on an earpiece tuned to the police radio to keep up with the current situation. So far, nothing was out of the ordinary. Kirijo-san's group finished checking in and had boarded the plane. The cargo should be loaded soon. After I supervise that, I'll check in and I think they get assaulted now. Suddenly, an urgent voice jumps onto the broadcast.
当該機のスコークが7500に変更。
7500
7500. I have trouble mentally shifting gears after the long period of inactivity. I never imagined I would hear that number with my own ears.
7500まさかハイジャック
Is the airplane I'm investigating being hijacked? That can't be a coincidence. Could this have been a setup by the police or the Kirijo group? No. That's no benefit for either of them to get involved with the general public. So if that's the case,
まさか荷物
there really was someone after the cargo. Wait, if they are after the cargo, why hijack the plane? If they're not trying to steal the cargo, could they be after Kirijo-san? No, that doesn't feel right. Hijacking isn't an efficient method to carry out a kidnapping or an assassination. If they have the time and the resolve to put this off, they would be far better off trying to take over the plane mid-flight. I can figure out their objective. Why would they do something that attracts so much attention? This is a very peculiar time to attempt to take over of the plane. A very peculiar indeed. Hijacking before departure forfeits the biggest benefits of hijacking. But at the same time, all normal airport operations will come to a halt while everyone turns their focus on the plane in question. The airport will naturally stop loading baggage onto the plane while the hijacking goes on. It's a perfect distraction. So they are after the cargo. So they are after the cargo.
でももし荷物が狙いなら乗っ取りは最初から完全にブラフだったことになる
Maybe.
荷物一つのために捨て身でハイジャックありえるのかそんなこと
As I think I scanned the area with my viewpoint in the boarding area, I see a van that had been parked near the cargo. Suddenly peeled out. A suspicious departure at this time. I had a bad feeling about this. But the cargo was just unloaded right in front of my eyes. I didn't see anyone steal it. Hold on. The 4 men in suits with a handcart. I don't see them. I lost track of them in the rush of activity after the hijack call. I grin my teeth and interrupt the radio call.
こちら現場002。現場より立ち去る不審車両あり。追跡願います。2トンロングサイズの大型車。ナンバーは
I hear someone confirm with Roger, but there's shouting and confusion going on the background. I'm unsure if my intuitions had me understood. I run across the airport by myself. I need to grab a hold of these people's tail even if only to get there a few hairs. Of course, there is no way that I can catch up with a vehicle on foot, but I have a plan. I run down the escalator and both of the passenger pickup area in the arrivals lobby. I look around outside and there it is, just as I thought. The suspicious vehicle was coming this way. The airport's road layout is a loop. After leaving the departure lobby, cars must take turn and curve the background to the arrival lobby before being able to reach the surface streets. I hide in the crowd and wait for the van to get close. And as it passes by, I throw a small sticky lump. Luckily for me, it strikes and sticks below the van side. There's a compact transmitter in there. You'd have to be pretty close to pick the signal, but it's better than nothing. I take my hat off and wipe my forehead. The pedestrians around me begin to stir. Everyone stops and stares at their smartphones. I didn't need to look, I knew. The first news of the hijacking is hitting on the media. I put my hat back and pull the brim low. I'll have to be careful to not let all the information flying across. I'll have to be careful not to let all the information flying about confuse me. I keep my guard up and quickly walk back to the departure lobby. Another 45 minutes passes without more clear information coming through. There's chaos on the radio and people are in a panic. But after an hour, the confusion suddenly stops and the shocking report comes
現場より確認。犯人グループの身柄を拘束。乗っ取り事案は終了。繰り返す。
もう解決。
I don't think so. Though some passengers were ill, there were no casualties. As far as I know, the hijackers didn't even make any demands. It's hard to think that the police could have negotiated with them. But on the other hand, there's no indication that the special assault team had stormed the plane. Did the group surrender now that their decoy objective was complete?
どうなってるんだ。
Just then, a radio call came in directly to me, for me.
現場より〇〇に乗っ取り事案は解決したが移送は中止だ。というより2の所在が確認できない。奪われた可能性が高いと見ている。
じゃあやはりさっきの車両は追跡はどうなっていますか。
現在 N システムで追跡中だ。今後の対処を話し合う。すぐにゲストルームへ向かってくれ。
It looks like my call to report that suspicious van not been a mistake.
了解です。
Soon after, the involved parties were gathered in the conference room. Kirijo-san and all the police are talking hurriedly. A good number of these quickly put together them are not aware of the confidential nature of this matter. I imagine that it won't be proceeding so smoothly. At any rate, the van on the run can be tracked through the N system. The hijackers were handed over to the airport police, while those of us who knew the truth about the cargo were moved to her buildings.
随分とスピーディーな解決でしたね。最短でも半日くらいはと思っていましたが。
なんというか特殊技能を持つ者に動いてもらったといったところだな。もっとも人質に被害はなかったが2を奪われてしまった。
仕方ないでしょう。まさか荷物一つのためにハイジャックなんて予想しませんよ。こちらこそ申し訳ありません。僕が一番近くにいたのに。
いや、十分さ。不審者の追跡が間に合ったのは君がいたからだ。あの混乱の中で荷物が狙いと気づいて犯行車両を見つけ出したのは見事な手柄だ。
ありがとうございます。あとは確保された犯人グループの取り調べと合わせて。
それがそうスムーズにはいかないようだ。まだ詳しくは聞けていないが取り調べは予想外に難航しているらしい。時間がかかりそうだ。
彼らはいわば捨て身の覚悟だったわけですから、たやすく口は割らないでしょうね。
我々のミスだ。正直遺産そのものが周囲に被害を及ぼさないようにとばかり考えていた。
ですがこれだけ特殊なものを狙った以上、犯人像も絞り込まれるでしょう。
霧城に連なる者の犯行という可能性も否定できないな。白金くん、世話になった。とんだ騒ぎに巻き込んでしまったが、ここからは専門の組織が担当する。
Professionals, in other words, she plans to investigate this herself as a shadow operative.
僕の仕事はここまでということですか？
すまないな。これまでの協力には感謝している。
This is a bit of a pickle. The Creature Group and the police want to keep this under wraps. That is, they cannot open a public investigation. On top of that, the shadow operatives are technically an organization working for the police, so there's no room for freelancers here, which means there's no need for me to be involved in the investigation any further. Insisting to stay on this case would only draw attention. With no other choice, I decided to take my leave. That was short-lived. I must have been a chaos at the office despite the unusual events. The man who hired me has not yet gotten in touch. I entertained the thought of returning home to Inaba, but luckily enough, I've brought enough luggage for a short trip of town. The trip out of town. Oh, hi, Sandro. I decided to stay the night in a business hotel near the airport and wait a while for my client to contact me. Time passes. At 9 o'clock, I finally received a phone call from the man.
知っての通り、予想外のことになった。今回の件は以後シャドウワーカーが捜査に当たる。
そうなると、これ以上の内偵続行は難しいかと。
だが、現状最も霧城に接近できている内偵者は君だ。ハイジャックの件で信頼を得たとも聞いている。君には続行をお願いしたい。なんとか不自然でない形でこの件と再度関われるよう今手配中だ。
何をさせる気ですか？スパイのようなことは。
追って連絡する。
He hangs up without waiting for my reply. I sigh. I feel a weight in my heart. This was a high possibility of turning into a private investigation from the shadows. Pretty much a polite way to saying cooperate, espionage. If I'm to take on this job, I need to have some sort of plan. At any case, I cannot plan my movements without knowing how the situation is progressing. It would be far better to prepare for tomorrow instead of getting worked up with worry. I read the newspaper and watch some TV coverage of today's events, then go to bed early. A day passes, and even by the night of May 2nd, the man has not contacted me again. It seems the police are having trouble zeroing in on the suspicious vehicle. Considering the skill with which crime was pulled off, I wouldn't be surprised if that van had been dumped somewhere in the cargo loaded with another vehicle. Going through all the possibilities, I just have one way to kill time. Watch the Midnight Channel, yay! But it's the only thing I had to do. Nothing happened until the sky began to darken as the sun went down. My phone finally rang. But surprisingly, the name of the sender brought a smile to my face.
はい、白金です。
It's Rise, right?
もしもし、ナオト
No,
君？
it's you.
今お仕事の邪魔じゃない？
構いませんよ。
遅くにごめんね。明日のこと一応もう一回聞いとこうと思って。
That's right, so much has been happening that I completely forgot the school holidays start tomorrow. And of course, we are supposed to have our reunion with Yu-senpai when he visits from the city tomorrow. I was supposed to be able to meet up with them. I didn't imagine that I'd be stuck here in the 3 days thanks to the attempt hijacking at the airport. But since I've undertaken the job, I have obligations that I can't just abandon. I'm starting to actually feel some anger towards whoever the culprits
すみません。やはり行けそうにないです。実は今も稲葉を出ていて。
そっか、そういえば言ってたもんね。なら雨でも無理か。
雨でも無理。
こっちの話。
Huh. What was
仕
that?
方ないよ。ナオト君の力がないと困る人がいるんだもん。助けてあげて。
ええ、まあ。
Help them out, huh? It irritates me to know that what I'm going to do is pretty much spy work.
本当に残念です。先輩たちによろしく伝えてください。
I hang up the phone. Seeing my dear senpai again. I feel that's much more important than a job with an uncertain outcome, and I feel a little sad that I'm going to miss it. Maybe I should just turn the case down and make a surprise visit tomorrow.
間に合う電車何時だろう。
But it looks like the case is not about to let me leave. After my talk with Chie-san, I begin to prepare for bed. And that's when the public safety official called me again.
内定続行の意図がなんとかつながりそうだ。桐城充からとある協力要請が入った。それに応じ、明日黒沢という刑事が向かう。彼の車に同乗して現地入りしてもらう。
Kurosawa. I remember that guy. Officer Kurosawa. He's on Persona 3. He's the one that sells us weapons on Persona 3. Really. He became a detective? When I ask about this Kurosawa fellow, I receive an unpainted answer. Apparently, he had helped Kirijo-san's activities on his own while he was constable. I knew it! I played way too much Persona. Ignore this, Officer Kurosawa. If you played Persona, he is the police officer on the... How is that called? Pulumia Mall. He's on the Pulumia Mall or something on the police station. Even though he's suspicious and even though his suspicion didn't understand what Kirijo-san was up to, he followed his own instincts and helped her to protect his town. Yes, he did. Normally, he would be punished for this, but the situation took a 180 degrees turn thanks to the establishment of the shadow operatives. His knowledge has been invalid, and rather than being disciplined, he has been prompted to paint false objectives. Detective.
黒沢から協力で得た桐城の情報を君にリークさせる。
よく承知してくれましたね。かつては桐城さんたちに協力していたんでしょう。
奴にも何か思惑があるようだ。それは君が直接聞けばいい。
I confirmed several other details before ending the call. Detective Kurosawa. If he's working with the Kirijo group, it could only be something of a problem. If they have information to leak, that means they have located the vehicles. I know, right? He's a police officer. He's a police officer on the Pulumia Mall. they have information to leak. That means they must have located the vehicle in question. Still, considering how long it took them to find it, I may be in for a long trip. Where am I going to be sent now? I shrugged to myself. Did you confirm that, or I'm right? I mean, I have no idea how many times I played Persona 3 Portable, but I played so much that I have 100% on the game. When I say I have 100% on the game, I mean I have the best weapons, all personas, max leveled, fought both Elizabeth and Theodore. I have 100% on that game. May 3rd, the next day, May 3rd, I met with Detective Kurosawa. I expected someone who looked shadier, but the man appeared hardworking and honest.
黒沢だ。
I want to see him, not hear him.
白金直人です。お世話になります。
噂は聞いてるぜ、少年探偵。よろしく頼む。
I haven't played in Japanese, so I don't know if that's his voice. We made our greeting brief, and I get into the Detective Kurosawa's car. I really like the game. I really do. And not only that, I had to buy the collector's edition of the game. We made our greeting brief and getting to the... And yes, I have over 100 hours on that game. It's him! He looks a bit older. I mean, yeah, sure, he always had that face, but it's him. Okay, a private investigation in a local that I have no prior knowledge or experience of. This was a depressing job in the first place. Okay, this was a depressing job in the first place, and the addition of more and more unknown valuables is only making me more displeased with it.
浮かない顔だ。
いえ、そんなことは。我々の行き先はどこです？
強奪に使われた車が見つかった場所。稲葉市八十稲葉だ。昨年妙な連続殺人があったばかりだってのに物騒なこったな。
八十稲葉？
Oh, look, you will see your friends. I can't stop the surprise from showing in my voice.
なんだ、お前さん地元なんだろ？だから行くって話じゃないのか。
I'm a bit of a loss of words, but Detective Kurosawa continues instead of waiting for me to reply.
シャドウワーカーから俺への依頼は、その連続殺人についての情報収集の協力だ。要は、当時の担当刑事に会って 事件の詳細を聞いてきてくれってことだ。
I'm sorry, the cops on this game, some of them are stupid, but I got a lot of respect on Kurosawa, Officer Kurosawa, that's how we used to know him.
連中公安な上に非公式部隊だからな。地方の所轄相手じゃすんなり話なんか聞けない。
なぜ今度の強奪事件と何か関係が？
公安なめるなよ。連中は平時でも車道絡みの騒ぎがないか基礎調査をしてる。稲葉市は今札付きなんだよ。そこへあんな遺産が運ばれたとなりゃ当然関係を疑う。
FYI, the game is on my digital copy on Persona 3 and I played on my PSP. If there is a connection, then it might be related to our case. I begin to have ominous thoughts and my expression darkens. But Detective Kurosawa doesn't probe into that topic. Perhaps he is the type of person who doesn't judge people based on evidence but gets a feel of them through the conversation and actions. How am I reflected in his eyes? I can't help but wonder. Officer Kurosawa is a smart guy. Oh look, so many TVs. Detective Kurosawa goes... Oh! That makes sense. Oh shit! She really was dumped in there. Detective Kurosawa goes inside the Inaba police station while I wait in the car near the junkyard. The familiar sights of Inaba seem strange somehow. So the detective in charge of this case is more than other than Dojima-san. Hey, how is Nanako? Detective Ryotaro Dojima, of course I am familiar with him. And not just through our profession. He's Yu's uncle. Dojima-san acted as Yu Senpai's guardian while he stayed in Inaba. I feel like I am betraying him as well, and can't stop myself from sighing in again. Soon enough, Detective Kurosawa steps off the station. You know, this is why I love Persona 3 and Persona 4. Persona 4 has amazing characters, an amazing story, and an amazing villain. It really does. I really hate freaking... What's his name again? Adachi. And seeing, you know, characters from Persona 3 and Persona 4 on the same game, it's amazing. I really love it. Soon enough, Detective Kurosawa steps out the station. I thought he was coming back. But halfway to the car, he turns and walks into the junkyard. I wonder what he's doing. I stick my head out the window and try to track him. There's another car parked behind the pile of junk. That distinctive real style. That's Kirijo-san limousine. I hurried, putting my head back into the car. That's right, Detective Kurosawa came here to cooperate with Kirijo-san. But still bring me along and park close to her. I can see that. I hurried and put my head back into the car. That's right. Detective Kurosawa came here to cooperate with Kirijo-san, but still to bring me along and park so close to her is... Then again, it's very unnatural to park far from a rendezvous point. Detective Kurosawa made the right decision. I calmed down and slide into the car seat, keeping my head low. Still, Kirijo-san uses that back limousine while undertaking her shadow operative's duty as well. That car sticks out. A sore thumb here in Inaba. Heck, is distinctive anywhere in Japan? Okay. Why would someone as clever as Kirijo-san take that car on a special mission like this? Does she have some profound reasoning behind it? After a while, Detective Kurosawa comes back into the car.
黒沢さん、一つだけ聞かせてください。なぜ公安に協力を？
今頃か。最初に聞かれるかと思ってたが。
We do get to see him talking. After wiping a dry smile from his face, Detective Kurosawa turns to me with an incredibly serious expression.
桐城充やシャドーワーカーを探っても後ろ暗いところなどない。だがそれが理解されるには遅かれ早かれ一度徹底的に疑われる手順が必要だ。となれば四角四面の役人よりお前みたいな物分かりの良さそうなのに探ってもらった方がいい。それだけだ。
So he does have his reasons after all.
ご協力感謝します。
あとは頼む。
I exit the vehicle. Kurosawa takes his car into the highway and speeds up out of sight. He has no doubts whatsoever regarding Kirijo-san's activities. To be honest, I'm inclined to agree with him, but I can't just jump into conclusions without any evidence. Can I save? No. I use heaps of junk as cover to sneak close into the limousine and watch. Not long after, I see two people exit the vehicle. Let me guess, it's Aigas and Akihiko. Well, found Aigas. One of them is Kirijo-san. However, unlike when I saw her at the airport, she's wearing equipment like suited for combat. The other person looks strange. I guess.
まさか あれが人型兵器。
The table humanoid weapon. Yes, it's Saiga's. And Aki. And there was information about a humanoid weapon mixed with all the data I had about the Kiriju group. When I first saw it, I was confused. But that had to be when I was standing in front of me. It seems natural, almost lifelike, but there's no denying that there's an artificial construct. It seems that the rumors of a humanoid anti-shadow unit were true. Another man comes out and joins the group. Yeah, that's Aki. Yeah, hi Aki. He was too dressed in outstanding attire. He was shirtless and wore a red cloak like a Normand. The perfect example for someone who ought to be detained for questions. Aki, what did you do to yourself? Why? I mean, nice muscles, but still, man. But still. Okay. I compare his face to the pictures, the list of pictures of people who were involved with the situation. While his taste in clothing has changed, I believe that this man is Akihiko Sanada. Yes. I can't imagine what would possess him to go about dressing like that, but his muscles are nice. I speculate about their actions. What business do they have to be doing in a junkyard? Remember, there is a huge TV here. Remember, there is a huge TV here and it's unplugged. There is nothing here but a pile of broken household electronics and abandoned televisions. Exactly. Then it hits me. Detective Kurosawa had told me Kirijo-san about last year's incident. And of course, she has a prior knowledge of personas and shadows. There's no doubt she's heard about the idea of entering the TV world. Hey, this makes so much sense with about my comic. This makes so, it fits for my comic. Because my main character could spy on them. I mean, the Persona 4 characters. And she told them, haha! After all, it appears many times in the testimony of the killer from the last year. Dojima-san must have discredited it for being too far-fetched. But Detective Kurosawa must have caught on. I take a closer look. There is a mountain of old television sets. Victims of last year's switch to digital broadcasts.
もしかしてここからテレビの中に
Maybe. Even as I say that, the mechanical girl already has her hand sticking into a television screen. It's exactly as I thought. The mere fact that they were testing what they have heard recently cannot bode well. certainly uncertainly crosses my mind. The three of them are clearly preparing to enter the television. Should I blow my cover and warn them about what they're doing? If they enter, they may not be able to leave. But on the other world should no longer be dangerous anymore. And I have heard Yosuke Senpai had asked Teddy to leave the exit TV just in case. If they're Persona users, they should be able to handle the shadows. They shouldn't be in a peril, but Kirijo-san made a decision faster than I could. Save? Can I? Jesus.
Oh. 他の隊員は車に残していく。
あ？全員で突っ込んで何かあったら目も当てられないしな。
それを言うなら私たちも誰か残るべきなんだがな。
残りません。
この3人で十分だ。一気に片をつける。問題ない。
相変わらずだな。だが、向こうがどうなっているのかまるでわからない。油断はするな。
はい。
この雰囲気、懐かしい感じだな。
行こう。
油断するだよ。
なぜテレビに？どういうことだ？
I stand there blankly.
まさか奪われた遺産はテレビの中に？
should I chase after them? If I turn my back here, we may never be able to find the three of them again. And if that happens, the truth about the case will be lost forever. Hold on. You. Not before? Sorry about that. Turn my back and we may never be able to find the three of them again. And if that happened, the truth about the case will be lost forever. If her property was placed into TV, well, it means that whoever stole it knows the truth about the last year events. And if that's the case, then I can't ignore this no matter what my assigned task is. Plus,
初めてテレビに入るあの人たちが覚悟を決めたのに、僕だけここで引き下がるのは不本意だな。
I realized that the straw breaking the camel's back is not logic, but my pride. I realized that the straw breaking the camel's back is not logic, but my pride. I smiled to myself. But my mind was made up. I stand up, look around, and step in the same television they used. Can I save? Thank you! And I'm gonna end here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And apparently it was just talk with Naoto so far. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I will see you next time, either on my art channel or in my gaming channel, because I multi-stream. So I have a big day tomorrow. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and see you next time. Bye bye.